right, we should be good. Should be good. Should be good. Just letting this thing load up here. All right, we should be good. Cool, cool, cool. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome, welcome, welcome. I know it's been a while. It has been a while. It's probably been what, a week now? It's been about a week since we did a live stream, but yeah, it's all good. Went through some stuff, but we're back. We're good. Shook back, and here we are. So today we're just gonna do a little chill sesh. Not too long, probably. Because I do have my I have a follow up with my physical therapist, and then I have my doctor's appointment tomorrow. So it won't be the longest stream ever, but we're gonna hang out for a little while. What's up? What's up, big homie? I hope you're feeling better. Either way, we're here for you. Absolutely, Jeremy. Anyway, all good, all good. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. I'm not usually as open about stuff like that, but that one hit me a little rough. So I didn't want to just go MIA on y'all for a long time. I didn't want to just dip on y'all for too long. So I just had to, just be open about the split up and everything. But hey, that's life. It is what it is. It is what it is. Let's go ahead. I'm gonna get this pulled up. We're gonna get started. Anytime. Let's go. Kumar, what's up, homie? Okay. Yeah. I'm in a good place. Kind of. Like, I'm definitely good. I'm definitely good. Look at this. Look at that breakout. I have no idea what's going to happen here. Hopefully, it holds. Always something bright around the corner. Absolutely. That's what I'm just holding on to. Like, it's going to work out how it's supposed to. That's all you can. Hey, listen. That's all I can hope for. It's going to work out. So, looking at this thing, I just wanted to start with Mana because I made a video about it earlier. But we saw the breakout. Look for this back test. Possible back test. Maybe even a ride down to 488. Look for the continuation. We saw the breakout, though. That's a good sign. That's a real good sign. If you haven't watched the Mana video, definitely go check it out. Definitely go check it out. Kind of looking at this thing, though, it is not against the realm of possibility that we do see a bit of a pullback. My two levels of pullback, I would guess, are 493 and 488. I would say those are going to be the two levels we should find support on before continuing up. If we lose those, do anticipate that this is likely a fake out. Do I have music playing? Do I have music playing? I don't see any music. You see? Johan, I think you might have music playing. I was so confused. I was like, I haven't listened to music in a while. Okay. All right. So, anyway, yeah, that's what we're looking at right now. Yeah, so Mana's looking good. Look for the back test. It's likely going to come back down and and find some support. But overall, a big barrier right now. I'm assuming on the VPVR we're going to see this level. Yeah. So you can see we're at this peak right here. Now, what this is just an average volume peak. And we can see that at the moment it's a take profits level, just basically meaning that a lot of people are finding a take profit level here, meaning that we're seeing a bit of resistance and push down from $5, which makes a lot of sense considering it's a strong psychological level. So looking at Mana right now, what I would just go ahead and say is that let's just pay close attention to how do we interact with this. If we break above 5, we're looking good. We need an hourly close up here to be really good. But if we lose 488, we're struggling. Okay. So just draw these three lines: $5, 493, and 488. As long as we're above these two and we work our way above this, we're good. Okay. So that's kind of like the little goal right now. But let's look at the broad market. Let's kind of take a look at what the whole market's doing. I have not looked at this in days, to be honest. Like, I needed a few days. I definitely needed a few days to find myself. But now that I'm back, I'm like, okay, let's kill this. Like, let's just get back to it. Let's get back to making these gains. Okay. So what I'm loving at the moment is to see that we're seeing a strong performance from total 2, total 3, and total. Everything is looking good. Everything's looking strong. We're setting some new highs, and all of that looks phenomenal. And I'm happy about that. We've not broken these important trend lines just yet, though. And that's something I want you guys to pay attention to. So what I'm going to do is on total, let's start with total 1 and we'll go all the way to total 3. So let's just kind of get rid of all this, right? So what we're going to do is we're just simply going to draw a line here. Oh, we broke it. I take that back. We broke it. That's fantastic. Okay. So as you can see, when we broke support, like when we broke the resistance for, say, Mana, when we broke that resistance, I don't like how my screen looks right now. Something's weird. Something looks weird. Maybe it's just me. But since you can see like we're making some of these breaks to the upside, it actually was followed by a breakout in total, and so you can see we broke trend. That's phenomenal. I mean, so we very well can be looking at the end of this fall that we've been in for the last 3 weeks in crypto. And I told you guys like we needed to get through the futures close. I told y'all last week. Last week I said watch for the futures close. You guys got to give me my props on that one. I said watch for the futures close. Something real crazy is going to happen, and then this is what happened. This big dramatic dump. Okay. Um, yeah, I probably do need glasses. You're not wrong. I have glasses. I just don't wear them. But yeah, so I told you guys, I was like, keep an eye on that futures close, guys. Like that futures close can be quite destructive. And that's what we saw. So looking at this thing right now, one thing we want to pay attention to on total. So I need to see us get past this level here. This is like the important level for me. Let's make it, let's keep it green. Now, the reason I say that is because what we've been seeing a lot from crypto is an interaction at important levels, these support resistances. Okay. So look back here. We had an inverse head and shoulders at this exact same level, 2.64, and we flipped it into support. Well, then we lost this level. We flipped it into resistance, resistance, resistance. So my guess is until we get past $2.614 trillion on total one, which is again the total accumulation of all market caps of every cryptocurrency on Earth, is until we're able again to clear this level here. It's not clear skies ahead yet. But the fact that we did just break trend is a fantastic sign. You look at the MACD, look what we're at. We're working our way into bearish. We're working our way out of bearish territory into bullish territory. Okay, big green candle. So not exciting just yet. You know, this 4-hour big green candle is of course great, you know, and I love to see it, but it's not convincing just yet. What I need to see for me to assume that the market's really back is we set this new local high, which is above 2.64. We come up, back test it, continue upwards, similar to what we saw back here. Then we go to chase these highs up here. Okay. That's kind of how I'm anticipating this thing to play out. And I definitely would not be doing much until we see this break here. Okay. Until we see that break. Now, looking at total two, just to put it in reference of, you know, what the rest of the market's looking like once we subtract Bitcoin from the equation, we can see here that we have not broken trend yet. So what does that tell us? Well, what we know is that that means that our alts aren't performing as well without Bitcoin. Okay. Now, if we go look at something like Bitcoin, you can see it's only up 2.5%. So overall, this isn't too concerning. I don't need this. It's not really all that worrying or anything. But we definitely just want to see that our alts do start to catch up. But we need to see that look, Bitcoin dominance is not doing too much. So all of this to say, okay, I know that was a lot, but all of this to simply just say that the market looks good, but we're just not there yet. Okay, we're not there just yet. Need a little bit more time. I want to make this look right. It just does not look right to me. It looks wide, like it's too wide. Hold on, I need to fix this. I'm gonna just do this. Maybe this helps. There we go. Okay, it's not as wide, dude. It was so wide, it was just weird. Okay, so yeah, so overall, looking at these things, you know, Bitcoin dominance looks fine. Even whenever we did see the big pullback, Bitcoin dominance didn't go really anywhere, and that's something to keep a note. That's something to keep note on, right? So even when we saw the big crash, people actually didn't really FOMO into Bitcoin. They didn't, for the most part. I mean, other than these little wicks, they didn't really get so scared. Thank you, Rob Rusk. I'm back. But they didn't get so scared of the market that they immediately pulled the money from their alts and funneled it straight into Bitcoin because we can see Bitcoin dominance didn't really go anywhere. And so what that tells me is that there is still the faith in the alts, and I do believe that we're going to see this break. It's going to happen, and you guys know, enthusiastic Tyler's in the building, but once we see the break to the downside here, things are going to get crazy. And that's just what's going to happen, right? If we come back down at any given point and we break this trend that we've been in since May of 2021, and we end this consolidationary period, quote unquote, that we're in right now, that's when a massive bull market comes for altcoins. That's just what it's going to look like. And the fact that we saw a big dip, a big crash, like we saw in the market, and it didn't lead to some type of massive, massive, massive move in Bitcoin, it tells me that there is still enthusiasm. It tells me that there is still speculation. We saw Mana, we saw Sand, as you just said, Mirage. We saw Gala, we saw some of these other gaming cryptos really taking off. Don't ignore Vulcan Forged. Don't ignore Vulcan Forged, right? This is the dailies. Okay. We saw these cryptos still working. And what that tells me is that people are just going to keep jumping back and forth to whatever is moving rather than taking the safe bet, which is fantastic for us because once everything starts moving, boom, we're gone. Okay. So another thing to confirm that our alts are looking good, the Ethereum Bitcoin pair. Look where we're at. It's almost time. We may have one more bounce of Bitcoin. We may see Bitcoin start to outperform one more time, but it's like, do y'all think it's just coincidental that we're accumulating at this phase and we're just building up? No, it's not. Because remember, When Ethereum starts to outperform Bitcoin and we start to see these massive moves, right? We start to see the entire Ethereum network itself just exploding. And we see, a growth of Ethereum outperforming Bitcoin by hundreds of percentages. What do y'all think that means for alts? What do you think that means for alts? That means alts go, right? That means alts go. That's just what they do. Okay. I wouldn't be surprised to see Bitcoin have a big bounce to like 70 plus or something like that. Wouldn't surprise me, but it's almost time. Takoi, what's up? It's almost time. Okay. Just have faith. Have faith in the process. Look, think about this. Whenever we saw that big dump and everything started to go red, look at the Ethereum Bitcoin pair. It didn't even care. It genuinely didn't even care. Didn't care. Ethereum did not start to lose the Bitcoin. People weren't scared as you would expect them to be. What that tells me is that we're gonna go. I'm still feeling it. It's gonna take a massive crash from something to change my mind at this point. Like we're just waiting. It's literally a waiting game. All of this little accumulation. Think about the fact that what we've seen from May to now. Think about the thousands of percentages of gains, the qubits, the meta heroes, the bricks, the Dexios, the microcaps in that nature. Think about the Solanas, the Galas, the gaming tokens that are going up hundreds of percentages, the dots, the engine. Think about the Link, the Matic. Think about Solana going up ridiculously amount. Think about the fact that think about this, ever since, let's go, May? Right? Let's go to July. From July to now, the hundreds of percentages of gains that we've seen, the billions and billions of dollars, hundreds of billions that we've seen funneled in a total to, the growth of 150% since this bottom, and none of that growth at all, none of it, not a single ounce of it was even remotely enough to see the move out of this consolidationary phase for the Ethereum Bitcoin pair. None of that was enough to see the massive. Let's go. Where are we at? Where are we at? None of that was enough to see the massive crash in Bitcoin dominance. None of it was enough. So think about what would be enough. That's like what I try to put in people's. I'm like, if I'm right, which I hope I'm right. If I'm right, think about all the games we've been seeing, right? The insane plays, right? The gaming portfolio that I built, a week and a half ago that went up 70%. None of that was even, that was this. That was not even this. That was this. That's what I try to put in people's heads. So when people are like, should I sell now? I'm like, if you want to. Or people are like, why aren't you selling? Because that's not what I want. That's not where we're at. That's not what I think is going to happen. So if I'm right, I'm going to be really right. If I'm wrong, I'm going to be really wrong. And I hope you guys don't follow me word for word because, I'm, of course, at my own risk. But look. Boom. This is what we saw. This is what we saw at the end of the last year. Look at the dates. Look in 2017's dates. Look at the buildup, the accumulationary phase from Bitcoin dominance, where it was kind of doing its own little thing for a little while, and then the absolutely jumping off the cliff on December 9th, right? Where were we at on November 29th? Barely just starting to work our way up a little bit. Just a little. What are we doing here? November 29th. Barely starting to work our way up. Sitting on the cliff of a massive support level. Don't know how much clearer I have to say it. Looks good. If I'm wrong and everything crashes and the market goes to crap, well, my apologies. That's why I say, again, don't just do everything I do. Go subscribe to 100 people and watch all their videos and build your own opinion. But my opinion is that's what happens. And what I mean, if you're new here, is that this is Bitcoin dominance. This means what's performing better, Bitcoin or altcoins. If this is going up, Bitcoin's doing better. If it's going down, altcoins are doing better. And I'm expecting this to happen. This is a textbook continuation pattern. Textbook. Okay? Watch. Just watch. I'm just going to say it. Let's just watch. Let's see what happens. So, and you need to be a little bit diversified in games because games might be the only thing to go this one. They could be. I don't know, but they could be. Times are changing. You know what I mean? Maybe these crazy gains that we're seeing from some of these, it's like, where's Vulcan Forge at again? Hold on. Again, PYR. These gains, maybe the big blow off top is coming from them. You never know. So I would say it's a good idea to be a little diversified around, right? So looking at some specifics, I got asked to look at one specifically. Block and Wild. I don't know anything about Block, so I definitely don't want to make a big opinion on it if I don't know anything about it at all. But look at Wild. What did we say? Look, this is what I'm talking about. Look at this. So when we bought Wild, it was the break of this trend, broke the trend. I said we just bounced off the bottom of the upper sloping resistance and support channel. We've been in this thing since the beginning of October. Look for the big move to the top side. That could be some type of game off the break of about 40+%. Look what happened. Look where we're at. It's a thing of beauty, guys. Congratulations, anyone who got in on that one. Now Wilder, yeah, it definitely could trend sideways. It could come back towards the low sixes. It could do that. Historically speaking, it does bounce off top channel, bottom channel, top channel, bottom channel. So top channel could be bottom channel. But at the same time, it doesn't mean that it has to crash, right? It could consolidate or just slowly grow. Think about this. This is an ascending level of support. What that means is the longer we go, the easier it becomes to get to it without seeing a crash. So yeah, it could consolidate for a week or 2 weeks, sure, before eventually seeing another move to the upside. Right. I mean, even from where we are now, say if it just consolidates straight across, back to the top side is another 70% gain in just 2 weeks. Okay. So Wild is looking great. Wild's looking fantastic. Taking profits on it right now, if you're up a lot, definitely makes sense. I'm not going to because, again, I'm speculating that this isn't really even the best time for gaming coins yet. But so we'll see, of course. But looking at Wild, I definitely think it has a lot of potential still, and I would expect that it could definitely consolidate now that we've touched top side. I don't expect it to break out the top here. I don't expect it to go straight up, and so overall, I wouldn't be expecting anything too crazy from it in the short term. Okay. Um, there was another one. Derace. Yeah, I wanted some of that, but none of the exchanges I use actually use it. But it looks fine. I mean, I don't see any issue with it at all. The Trying to see some real quick. See, I haven't looked at this one. So I'm trying to find so we can clearly see this curve, right? So we can clearly see that little curve there. So on this one, I don't know if it's derace or derace. I don't know. I'm very 50-50 on this one. This is a weird one. Let's see if we can make some more sense of this. So obviously we have a key level of support at 633. I would go ahead and say with this one that I would not buy it until it invalidates the possibility of some type of do you farm tomb on Phantom? I do not. It does look like some type of double top head and shoulders. And so I would be looking to make sure we don't go under 633. If we go under 633, that's not looking too good in the short term. Definitely going to probably retrace back towards, the 550, 75, 575 area. But I would at least be looking to see does this thing continue to set new highs? I wouldn't be doing anything with this one right now. It's in a weird space. Like personally, I would literally wait until it just goes to a new all-time high. Like I know as crazy as that might sound, because you see there's these moments where it goes up and it starts to consolidate and hits these double tops and it continues down and hits that top again and comes down. But once it finally clears it goes up to set that new high. And so, yeah. So with this one, I would just hold off on Durace. I don't see the need because look, it does it all the time, right? So it sets a high and then it just goes to it a lot without ever clearing it. And I wouldn't be wanting to get stuck in that by getting stuck in something like this. So I'll just be letting it clear this before I do anything at all. What do you guys think? Fake out or breakout? Fake out or breakout? Probably a breakout. Considering the fact that Total broke out, if Total holds it, the rest will probably go with it. But we'll probably end up seeing something like this: the little head and shoulders, or the inverse head and shoulders. CIFI, another good one. I haven't looked in that one. Do you think where Matic could be where Solana is now? I feel like it's way undervalued. I think ETH2. Yeah, Matic's completely undervalued. Where Solana is now, I'm not sure. But what I do know is that Matic actually just did what I've been waiting for it to do over the last couple of days. I missed it completely. So What I wanted to see from Matic was that it was able to finally hold some support on top of 168. You guys know I've been on that. Like I've just been saying it needs to hold 1.68. And we can see that at the moment it does look like it's doing quite well. We saw the breakout of this inverse head and shoulders in a meeting of the price target before resorting back down and failing to hold some support here. So now that we've broken above it, we absolutely need to see 168 hold. So with Matic specifically, what I would be doing is waiting to see where the support retest goes down to, because we can see time and time again that it fails to hold support. So if it fails to hold support again, it might be looking like a pretty hard fall. But if it holds and it continues to work its way up, we come back, we back test, and we continue up. Yeah, sure, 60, 70, 80% gains are probably going to happen, okay? So I have alerts. I wasn't really around mentally for a little while. So I probably saw the alerts. I don't remember if they went off or not. Um, so looking at let's see what's Solana up to. Everything's looking real nice right now though. Solana's not broken trend again. I told you guys I'm not doing anything on Solana till it breaks trend, so I'm not getting in. I'm not doing anything. Let's see if it holds or if it falls, but I do think eventually it should break the top side. So we'll see. Until then, Solana. I'm not too interested. Super has been a freaking battle, right? So we bought Super at 184, I believe, or something like that. We bought Super around like this little area, and it's just struggling. It's just so hard struggling to freaking find something on some moves. But this is an accumulationary pattern. This is a continuation pattern. So, oh no, you're good, Mirage. Ain't no point. It's all good, brother. But yeah, like this is an accumulation pattern. We usually go up into them, create this bull flag, break out top side of the bull flag. So I'm so happy with my super hold, super position right now. Looking at Vet. Vet's looking good. Like I said, Vet again. Trying to think of what my thought process was here the last time I looked at it. So there's a key level of resistance. So yeah. So we can see. I would wait for a pullback just to see where support gets established. But we can see this level being so strong as resistance for Vet, and we have not cleared it yet. And we did just bounce off a key level of support. So what I would say is look for Vet to clear 1237. Like I think if it clears 1237 and holds it, we're looking like we may continue back towards the top side. So yeah, and I think again, I still think Vet can still see a 2x, 3x possibly. I still think that's very within the realm of possibility. Again, if we saw something similar, again, history in crypto never really repeats itself exactly. But if we saw something similar to what we saw back here, I mean, sure, we could be looking at a Vet working its way back up towards 28, 30 cents or so. No, I'm not liking what I'm seeing just yet from the market. I love it. I think it's fantastic and it's green and it's beautiful and all that good stuff. But again, it's not enough. It's not enough, right? We've seen a lot of these little fakes. We've seen a lot of these moves because look, like right now, everything feels good. But realistically, what we're seeing now is no different than this or this or this. It's just this. So until we start to set new local highs and work our way up, I'm not convinced. I'm just not convinced just yet. Just yet. Looking at Phantom. Phantom's doing decently well. Phantom absolutely needs to get above 223 pretty soon, in my opinion. We're starting to serve the risk of a head and shoulders. Now, typically speaking, a head and shoulders pattern won't really apply on a downtrend, but it will apply on an uptrend. And you can see that clear as day. So again, it's above 191, so we're okay. But at the moment, I'm not liking Phantom until we get above like 223 and hold it. And then we start to work our way up. So again, Phantom is another one. It looks good. Not convinced just yet. Not convinced just yet. You guys wanted me to check out Sand earlier, and this is what I told you guys in the video 2 days ago. I said, do not. I didn't say do not, but I said I wouldn't be buying Sand until it got a 4-hour close above 784. That's the only time I would be like, okay, it's probably going. I said, though, if it clears this key level of resistance that we were seeing on the hourly charts right here, I said likely it'll push up to 750. So if any of you got in on the short termer from 719 to 750, you made a quick 4% gain. So big congrats. But realistically, you can see we've never gotten that 4-hour close back above 784. And as a result of that, the price is pushed back down a little bit, probably in tandem with some of the stuff that happened today with the alpha release. But overall, I still think Sand could continue to the top side, but it absolutely has to hold some support pretty soon. I would say minimum level of support I would like to see hold is at least 672. Come back down, quick little RS flip, boom, continuation. But if not, could be looking at a continued fall, right? We definitely could be, because I think we're in a wave 1, a wave 2, a wave 3, a wave 4, and we need to go set that new high. If we start putting in some of these lower lows, we're looking at a reversal back towards some of the lower levels. I don't think it's time for that yet, but for Sand specifically, the whole game plan is now get back above 719, but we have to get above 784. Oh, by the way, when I took profits on everything on November 24th, how about that, huh? We took profits in this region on the 24th, right? That's the 24th. Yeah, 24th is this day right here. So yeah, I'm real happy with that take profits level. Took 30% profits off everything. Um, Looking at Link, so Link is another one. It just it's close, like, or it's trying its best to just hold and hold and hold, and it's all a great recovery. I'm real happy. It looked like we were gonna see the failure, right? So what's crazy with Link is that it broke to the downside, hit resistance, 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 had a continuation pattern here, and reversed. It happens sometimes, right? And so now what we're looking at is, can we start to get our way back above $27.01 or 2 cents. Let's go 27.02. If we're able to get above 27.02, do expect again another push towards 37. I think it wants to go. We just have to ensure that it can make the move we need it to, right? So yeah. Now, what's beautiful about Link though is that we did see again this cup and handle pattern, and we didn't put in a lower low here. So we didn't put in a low lower than the original low. So many lows, but we didn't put in a new low that was under, say that, the first low that we put in, meaning that this cup and handle could still be in effect. Okay, which is just a good sign. Um, Radium's moving well. Saw a great breakout of two key levels, but it's struggling on the second one. So we saw the breakout here. We're looking for that breakout here. If we can get that breakout here, get up towards $11 roughly. We're looking good. We're looking real nice. So I'm happy with Radium right now. It does seem like it wants to work its way back up. Bitcoin itself, by the way, did bounce exactly off where we said it was. So we've had this key level of support. And as you can see, look where we came back down to. Boom. Bitcoin rolls all the way back down to our key level of support as provided by the support and resistance level. Boom. Find some support, continuation upward. And we're looking to go set in this new all-time high. Now, this new local high. Now, what could happen is if Bitcoin gets to $60,000 and does this, and we see the inverse head and shoulders, and then it breaks it. I think that's within the realm of possibility, but we definitely need to get to 60K. I think that would be optimal. So yeah, so right now, again, with Bitcoin, it looks good, just not convinced just yet that we're seeing anything crazy until we get above 60,000. So that's your level. That's the level to watch. Ethereum itself is doing decently well. Again, we haven't set the new high. We haven't really done anything that kind of get like that says this is fantastic just yet. But what I am liking is the fact that we had our previous high from back here in September. We broke it and we came back down and we held that level of support. Okay. So this previous level of resistance flipped to support. And now we're just looking to re-clear this previous all-time high. And so as long as we can just hold up here again above 446, optimally get to $4,600, I think we're looking good. But realistically, I would need to see us clear the 786, which is looking a lot higher. That's looking more around, $4,677. So for Ethereum, I'm not really doing too much. I'm more focused on Matic when Ethereum does well. When Ethereum does well, I increase my position on Matic. So right now, I'm really just looking for this thing to go set the new high, and I'd like for it to break $4,700 before I get too excited. Okay, before I get too excited for sure. Yeah, so that's basically about it, right? That's just about everything that I wanted to go over today. Again, I have to go to my physical therapy appointment, so I'd like to make sure I update you all. Looking at Avalanche, I told you guys to be careful with this one, right? So I took profits off top, and people were like, "Yo, I'm gonna buy some more." I was like, "You can buy more, but I'm not." And we took some profits literally at the top, which was accidental. I never can time the top perfectly. I'm not going to lie and say I can. But what we need to start to see happen soon is some new local highs. Okay. So, of course, we did see from Avalanche the breakout here. So, we saw a beautiful breakout to the upside, broke it, back tested it as support, as you can see right there. And then we are looking to continue upwards. So, right now, I need to see this thing hit 118. Like, that's going to be a big step. We're going to have this W bottom. It'll likely break out, come back down, find some resistance on or support on top of that resistance, and continue upwards, confirming that we saw some type of we saw at this point some type of no. That we saw. Let's go ahead and get it. There we go. A, B, C. Now we're going to continue our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. We'd like to see these ABC corrections come to fruition, but now we need to find some local highs and get going, get back above the B wave, which is at $129. So right now, let's just look to see if Avalanche can hold and work its way back up. Let's see 118. We can get a 118. We're looking real nice. We're looking real good. Not making any buys. No buys until the market clears some of these key levels. Again, like until I see total, for example, getting above this key level at 2.641 trillion. Like I have to see that. Okay. So yeah, let me make sure there's no questions in the chat. I think we're all good. And yeah, so just kind of a more basic. I just wanted to get back on camera, talk about some of the ones that we've been looking at. Illuvium, for example. Things would more blank news affect prices? Probably so. Yeah, probably so. But Illuvium is looking great. So what we see from Illuvium is the textbook W bottom. So you can see we started a downtrend, we fell, we found a bottom, put in the W, broke our way out of here. Boom, came back down, looking to backtest this previous level of resistance as support, looking to continue upwards. It's probably going to go up to set a new all-time high if I had to guess. Looking at I'll go on Meta Hero too, yeah. But looking at a breakout target of right up here, just so happens to perfectly line up at 1800, which is where we're going to set. That's where our new all-time high is. So we have a breakout target to get us to our all-time high. Now we just got to go break it. Looking at the Fibonacci's, you can see one thing specifically, I'm assuming, is that we're at the exactly. We've already cleared the 786. So yeah, it's probably going to start to do weird stuff in the market. Who knows? But overall, I don't care. Like, I honestly don't care what COVID. Oh, I said it. God damn it. I hope I don't get. I hope they don't start doing some weird demonetization stuff on my channel. Because if you say that, it starts to get like weird. But I don't think it's gonna have a crazy massive effect. You know, like whenever we saw the new variant last year, I think that was roughly around the same time. We still saw. Hold on. Let me see. Like, I feel like when the next variant, I'm not even gonna start saying it. When that next variant came out, I feel like that was towards what, December, roughly, or something like that. And that was 2020, so that had to be the end of 2020, right? It had to be somewhere around. It had to be somewhere around here. It had to be somewhere in this area. It might have been that. I don't remember exactly what it was, but it didn't really affect it. So no, I don't really think so. I don't really think it's going to be that big a deal, to be honest. So no, it's okay. It's no problem at all. Look, what can you do? But anything on Qubit? Nothing on Qubit right now. Price discovery, it's consolidating. I'm just going to let Instructure play out for it at the moment. Looking at Hero. Let's see. Good retracement. I honestly have not kept up with Hero as much as I should have. I've just been so busy and just all over the place. But it does look like it's trying to find some support on top of this previous level of resistance. Looks like it's come back down to that key level. So what I would say from Hero right now is that a retracement makes sense. I don't really see a reason as to why a retracement doesn't make sense, especially considering, over the last couple of days, this thing has just gone, right? I mean, that's ridiculous. So look for support to be established. Look for new local highs to get set. Look for some type of bounce, and then like a few green candles on the 15 minutes will kind of be your indicator there. But realistically, I think that some type of little pullback definitely makes a lot of sense. And yeah, so I'm just kind of looking at this on the 4-hour charts. But again, let's see if we can get it pulled up. That was an $11,000 buy that just happened though. So that looks like people like this level. Looks like people like this level, so that's great. Not pulling up. Okay, there we go. So first four, yeah. So I mean, it did all of this extension. It did all of this insane growth. Don't. 1 second. Okay, there we go. Yeah. So don't be too surprised, if it does pull back at any given point here. But I don't know. Actually, I mean, look at this. 11,000, 1,000, 7,000, 3,000. I don't know. Maybe not. I could be wrong. Who knows? If we can start to get like an hourly close, this is why it's hard whenever they're like kind of like mid large cap. For Hero, I would say if it starts to bounce here, definitely look for it to continue. But if it starts to fall below this price, it's probably going to continue. It's just been a fantastic run. Don't be afraid to take profits. One last check on Mana currently. Let me see what it's doing. 499. Ooh. What were we just at? 5, right? And I said it needed to get above 5. One second. One of the Patreon members said that the link that they're using is saying that the video is private, but y'all are in here. Hold on. Okay, I think he might have had the wrong link. I just sent him a new one. Look for it to get above 5. now. That's like the next level. Look for Mana to get above 5, but this is great. I still would like to see it come back down though, to be honest. Like I'd like to see the back test before continuation, but we'll see. Looking good though. Definitely looking good. That's nothing to be concerned about. That it's kind of slowed down a bit. That's normal. Totally normal. Okay. Maybe a little baby cup in hand or something. I'm not in on XRP just yet. Because I think they're going to win the SEC case, but I feel like when you have a case and you have something like that, there's too much manipulation that can happen. And I don't like that feeling. Like, I just don't like that feeling of knowing something's lingering that heavily that if any bad news comes out, even if it's fake, it could crash the whole thing. I don't like that. I'd rather it be out of the woods of that before I get in. It'll probably be too late, and that's just my own personal choice. So yeah, so that's just kind of my thoughts on XRP. But I mean, they're phenomenal. They should do well in the future. I don't see any reason as to why if you're invested in them, like it won't grow eventually. I'm trying to see. We'll break a trend. Yeah. Nothing here on trading view. Dexio is not doing anything really. I would just what happened to Everrise last night? I have no idea what happened to it. But yeah, Dexio is just accumulating. This is an accumulation phase where things get hyped and then they just die and it goes flat. And it's great that it does that. That is always, always, always good. Okay. Whenever they can just sustain those higher levels, it's always a good sign to me because it shows that the dump probably is not going to happen. Okay. So Dexio looks fine, but I have been skimming a little profits here and there. As you guys know, I tell you guys every time. So overall, total a little update before I go ahead and roll out here. The market's looking good. We saw the breakout of total 1, and I'd like to see that it can hold, especially on the 4-hour charts. That's important to me. If we fail to hold here, we're probably going to just turn around and go right back down. So overall, I'll be looking for it to hold. I'm not convinced yet. I'm just not convinced at the moment that this is like the breakout that we're waiting for. It literally might happen on December 1st because that's how the market works sometimes. So overall, be looking for the break. I would say all I would be looking for right now is 2.641 trillion on total. And until we break that, I'm not doing really much buying. Okay. So overall, I'll of course keep you guys up to date. I'm going to try to get back into streaming side of things, guys. Again, I'm, just being fully open and transparent. And now that I can openly talk about it, and I'm okay for the most part. Like, I've been going through a lot mentally, as I told you guys in the Discord, me and Carly, we split up. And so like, it's just been a lot. It's been a lot on my mind. It's been a lot on my heart, but I got a life to live. I got stuff to do. You know what I mean? So can't sit in your sorrow for too long, right? You just got to keep it pushing. And there's people out there whose lives you can change. And that's my goal. Like if I'm sitting here just feeling sorry for myself or, being upset or doing all of this stuff, sure, that's great for me. But there's things that I can be doing in this world that can be more beneficial than the pain that I'm feeling. And so with that, I got to dig myself up out of this little hole I'm in. I'm almost out. I'm definitely still there. I'm not all the way okay. You know what I mean? But time, effort, energy, all those things, and making sure I'm healing. And I'll be back. I don't usually talk about this publicly. Like it's kind of weird. But you guys are family to me. We've all done some crazy stuff together, right? I've known some of you for 6-7 months, longer than I know some people in real life. And I'm gonna keep you guys up to date on where I am. I know some of you genuinely care about me, and some of you need to make sure I'm alive to make sure you're making money. And look, hey, I don't blame you. Let's all just get this bread. So with that being said, guys, look, I'm back. I'm gonna do what I can. Some days are rough, some days are hard, and it just is what it is. That's just life. And some of you have seen me go through the worst of the worst with my channel getting hacked, and I've come back. And I know some of you who have been through much worse shit than I've been through, and you're just thriving and doing amazing, and you know who you are. You're absolutely killing it. And my whole goal here is just to keep our family, our family going. And hey, thing about it is, look, we can either be sad and making money or sad and not making money. And I don't know about y'all, but I'd rather just be sad and making a bunch of bread. So that's the goal right now. I'm going to be back. I'd like to do 5-6 days a week. Let's just do it. Let's just get back to it. There's so many gains on the way. There's so much we're going to do. There's so much money we're going to make, and there's lives we're going to change. I'm doing something in December. I decided it this morning. I thought about it. I did the things that I need to do, but I'm creating a portfolio. I'm going to put $1,000 into it, and going into this big bull run, so me and some of the other guys have talked about this, but I'm getting it started like now, and they know who they are. But we're going to get this thing started where we're going to put some money into a portfolio, trade it, invest it, do what we have to do. And as it grows, as the bull market does continue, as I believe it will, as altcoins continue to flourish, we're going to ride that thing through for the next couple months. And hopefully we can turn that $1, $2, $3, however many $1,000 into tens, 15, 20, $30,000. And as soon as that's done, we're going to go and we're going to donate it. We're going to do a drive. I'm going to do it on my YouTube channel. I'm going to bring some of you in, some of you who want to come. I know there's some moderators in the chat who would probably be interested. I want to fly some people in. We're going to go. We're going to take a lot of the money and we're going to bring it to places, homeless shelters. We're going to donate it to, depression centers. I've been going through my own fair damn share of depression with this whole thing. So I know people need help and we can make that change. We can do it. We've done it. We've been doing it. We have. I will let you guys know. I did the math with 15 of the people that I know, in the Discord who have sent me kind of their portfolios, especially some of the platinum members. We have generated in this Discord above $1.4 million in gains already in 6 months. So let's go change some lives. That's what I think. So that's what we're doing. Y'all aren't going to hear much complaining out of me. I'm not really one to talk about none of this for too long. I don't really like to wallow in my pity for too long. So I'm back. We're good. We're gravy. We're going to keep this thing going. And I hope you guys are interested. If you do want to get in, if you want to contribute to the portfolio, definitely do let me know. It's going to be a public portfolio. Everyone can see the changes and the things that we do on it. I hope it goes well. And yeah, let's just get back to what we do. And what we do is we make money here. So with that being said, again, I hope you guys had a good day. I hope you guys have a strong day. If you're going through something, just understand that whatever you're going through, there's always another reason. There's always another reason. There's something much deeper than it. No matter what you believe in, there's always a reason behind it. And you just got to get through it. Like I think about it, like whenever you're going through stuff, whenever stuff's getting rough, you will never see the point in why you went through it until you get through it. Right? Hindsight's 20/20. Whenever you're in it, it's blurry. It sucks. It's terrible, of course, but you will never understand it until you get through it. So you got to get through it. That's how I see it. So we're just going to get through it. If you're going through something, don't feel free to reach out. I know how it feels. We can kind of bounce some sorrow off each other for a little while. I'm down, but I appreciate y'all. And let's keep changing lives. I'll see y'all next time.